Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. It is afternoon, and Morgan is thinking about actually being productive for the first time this year. So, yeah, yeah. I've read a lot, and that's about it. I did prep, but I'm hoping today my goals are to catch up on my emails because I haven't done that in a few days, and they are completely out of control. I definitely need to start setting up some email filters because staying on top of my email used to be a lot easier and it's gotten a lot harder because I'm getting more junk. And secondly, actually set up some of these podcast episodes because I have the material, I just need to schedule them. And it takes about 10, between 2 to 8 minutes per episode. So it shouldn't take too long. I just need to actually sit down and do it. You may have noticed I have been struggling with getting anything done. My therapist and I are talking about it and making
Hi.
plans. So, and I stretched today and managed to cramp my back. I didn't know backs could cramp, but like from like
Surprise.
maybe here to like here.
Hmm.
I'd been stretching. I got up, I walked around, and then all of a sudden it decided to go boom and like cramp, and like my back is trash. Like I know this, but I've never had my back cramp. Shoulders and neck, obviously. Throat, like twice a week at least. But like it was weird. It was
The
weird.
world is full of new experiences.
Yeah, getting old stinks. So anyway, how are you, Doc? Hi,
I'm
mandatory cat content.
yep, I am beset by mandatory cat content. Um I have likewise done something nasty to my back. I've got stiff back and stiff neck, but we will see how I deal with that. But still dealing with the minor surgery on my leg.
Did
Looking
it
forward to
help?
getting this. Um, Hard to say, as the doctor removed a cyst, and it turned out to be just a cyst that just kept getting reinfected.
Sure, sure,
Welcome
sure.
to medical talk. But uh, the stitches are still healing, so it still hurts. But instead of occasionally hurting, it's like it hurts most of the time because the
That's not
stitches are uncomfortable.
awesome.
But I get those taken out on Thursday, and hopefully it will start being better after that.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm I'm surviving. I feel like I'm actually slowly getting more organized.
Sure.
I'm starting to get myself more organized with this whole streaming thing.
Phew.
As you know, this content is going to my YouTube channel and it's supposed to be going to my Twitch channel, but it's
Hmm.
I'm not sure. There it is. Okay, my window didn't refresh and it said it was still offline, but it's like,
Sure.
but I've got like 9 subscribers in each place and nobody comes by to watch because this is your audience, so everyone's here on your channel. No,
I mean, I
but
mean, you get some credit though.
yeah, I do what I can to help out, and it's like it's shared content. So, but eventually, I will figure out what I'm going to do with streaming. But
Sure.
today is not that day.
Today is not that day.
No, no.
So,
Uh,
oh,
but part of it apparently is I need to generate some more graphics
uh,
to brand
Canva. I'm telling you, Canva.
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 I don't
Unless you're a
know.
graphic artist.
Graphic artists are people I hire to do book covers.
Yeah. Yeah. So Canva, let me tell you. This is jam.
Oh, although I do know somebody who is got a good side business in doing emotes for Twitch. So, uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
they're out there. They're definitely out there. So,
yeah.
what were you planning on working on during the stream today?
I am back to editing.
Dun dun
Hallelujah.
dun. Because
So
life is
very
editing.
very glad to have my short story for the anthology locked and
Accepted.
loaded and in
Yeah,
somebody else's hands. So I'm back to
sure.
editing Kindred of Kali. So
Yeah.
um in the writers group that I had just before this, I set myself a goal of
Mhm.
finishing editing a chapter a week.
Sure.
And even though this book has got fewer chapters, they're longer. And
Sure.
that's still probably way more weeks than I wanna have stacking up for me if I'm gonna get this published this year. So
Sure.
I'm kind of hoping that I can finish this chapter today. But
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
I hear that one. So, okay,
Mhm.
good. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
So, what is
and I
everybody
have
else working on
the
today?
big bag of popcorn for snacks. So
I see. I was just mainlining chips and salsa until I ran out of salsa. So, I don't know if I'll be snacking on stream. Oh, and finished up my tagalongs, I think, for the year. Yeah, finished my tagalongs for the year.
mm,
But it's okay. I still have some Samoas. Oh, I forgot I got the toffee tastics and a box of Thin Mints.
so you still have the Girl Scout cookie rations to
I'm
see you for.
trying to ration. It's not going
Mhm.
well. Today I was going to be taking down my tree and watching the Puppy Bowl, but my back hurt and I didn't.
Mm. When is Puppy Bowl?
Before the Super Bowl on the Animal Planet channel. And
Okay,
although I
that
was told I might be able to stream it on YouTube.
that tells me it's sometime before the heat death of the universe.
Oh, sorry. The Super Bowl is tonight at 6:30, so I think it's,
Oh, okay.
first aired at noon today, and they might do a rerun at 4 PM or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, yes, I can indeed purchase.
I was gonna say, so you're gonna stream the Puppy Bowl during our sprints, right?
Of course not. We're in season I don't know what season we're on, but I
I have
see
no
that there's a season 19 on. Oh, this year's, season 20.
Ah.
20 years of Puppy Bowl. For those who don't know, it's an adoption drive on Animal Planet where
Mhm.
they showcase puppies and their rescue shelters. And then each quarter they introduce Team Rough and Team Fluff, one in blue bandanas and one in orange bandanas.
Mm.
And whoever wanders across either end zone with a toy in their mouth, no matter where they start from, is a touchdown. And if they run into it and it like bounces, then they get like a kick points, which is what, 3 points or something. Yeah, so it's totally adorable. Uh, I think 100% of the animals showcased end up getting adopted before it's even aired, but it's showcasing the shelters and stuff as well.
Yeah, from what I understand is the animals usually get adopted by the crew who shoots it.
Right, right. Okay, popping into the comments. Hey, it's Ree. Ree says, "Heyo, I saw you were streaming." Yeah, Nova Nanites popped in for a follow. Is stuck with moving stuff in new house. Awesome. Or else
Yay.
Ree would be researching for their project. And hello, Doodle Gecko says that Puppy Bowl was at 2 p.m. on HBO. So, hey, it's on HBO now. Who knew? I
Nice.
can probably stream HBO on my phone. But yeah, for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I've taken down my Christmas tree while watching cute puppies because if I get to take down a tree, at least I get puppies.
Mhm.
It made sense to me. But my back is cranky, so I'm not doing it. uh yeah, can we go back to the I haven't done anything this year? And my therapist and I are talking about that. Other than binge read gay romances. So no, I'm not looking for a gay boyfriend because that would do me no good.
That would, yeah.
No good. No good
I
for
I
me.
I I I can see how a gay best friend might be useful, but not a gay boyfriend. It
Yeah,
would
no,
kind
no,
of
not so helpful for me.
yeah.
So anyway,
Me
yeah.
either, but that's my problems.
So you're going to be editing on taking the first sprint to clear out my inbox, which let's see, I've got 3 in this inbox, 63 in that inbox, 12 in that inbox, 5 in this inbox. Yeah. So my email's gotten a little out of hand. I
Yeah.
need to start doing filters. It's
Eh,
ridiculous.
you may have a need to have fewer inboxes.
Okay, so one is my Morgan stuff.
Mhm.
One is my personal stuff with like bills and that sort of thing. One is the convention email, which is the 63 because somebody's
Right.
out of hand. I have one that's mostly just bills. That's a legacy one. That's supposed to be my spam account, but
Mm.
apparently is doing better than my non-spam account these days. Um, and I have the one that Patrick and I use for query rewrite helpline stuff. So for people who purchase query rewrites through our coffee account are there. So yeah, that's a lot of emails. It's a lot of emails, and I would
Yeah.
like to get rid of them. And some are the problem with the Sci-Fi Club email is that many of the people are from before the days of social media and are from the list serve days and see email as the way that they should forward all the cute things they see on the internet. So
Yeah.
half of them are spam or like, oh,
Mhm.
yay, thanks for showing me this week's Zits cartoon. Or thanks for telling me about this. The the club is based in Baltimore, which is like a 2-hour drive for me. So yay that there's,
Thanks.
a Star Wars concert, but I'm not going.
Yeah, thanks
Um,
for telling me about this event in Baltimore that I won't be going to
right,
because I
exactly.
I can't just drop everything and get up there. No.
Yeah, yeah, not happening. So anyway, a lot of spam. I need to start filtering
Mhm.
better. I'm a zero inbox girl. I like to keep my inbox under 10 items. And the last 6 months, the volume of email I've been getting has gone up exponentially, and it makes it very overwhelming. And I don't like it. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna whine.
I used to do that, and then I had a couple, operating system upgrades that marked all of my emails as unread,
So just mark all
and
as read and move forward with your life. I do that on
except
Discord every day.
yeah,
Sorry, Discord servers that I'm on. I have some folders and I can mark the entire folder as read, and it
mhm,
makes me way less overwhelmed. So, yeah, that's a thing I do. Not that I don't care about y'all. I just cannot keep up with 23 discords on top of 7 social medias on top of yeah. So,
yeah,
um I'm thinking about, how I mentioned I haven't blogged in over a month after not missing a week in 7 years. Um, I'm thinking about maybe doing some reruns that sync up with the podcast because the podcast is the YouTube in like a 2-year delay.
right.
So if I do the reruns to sync up with the week I'm doing the podcast, I mean, that gives
That'll
me
at least give you some content,
yeah,
even if you not at your full depth.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So and all the author interviews are just going into a folder so I can find them later for reference.
mhm.
Um, but I'm not doing anything with them because I'm burnt out, totally overdid it. I'm done. No spoons. Unless those spoons are like used to like eat chocolate or like, ooh, I think I have some vanilla pudding in the fridge. I could
So
go for
I'm
that.
sensing that these things that used to be a joy for you to do have now become a chore, and you need to find a way to move them back into the joy column.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So, yeah, my therapist talked to me about potentially, am I burnt out or am I depressed or does it matter? So that's where I am right now.
mhm. Hey, knowing you've got something out of balance and need to
Mhm.
correct it is the first step.
Yeah, she gave me a number, and I have not called it yet, but I could do that tomorrow. I have the excuse of it being a weekend. And I do
Mm.
need to sign the release forms. So when I go through my email, I'm going to do that so they can share information. So
I was going to ask, do you know if invites have started going out for Balticon for this year? But
no clue.
no,
Not to my
yeah,
knowledge. So
I know that it all depends on who's on staff this year and how life is going for them.
yeah,
But
yeah. So there was a Balticon planning meeting last night that I did not attend.
oops.
I'm not a department head. I nowadays, so I just have to attend my department meetings instead.
Oh, then it's not an oops. It's just a well, I'm
Yeah,
not supposed to be
yeah.
there. It's so tough. No.
Um, speaking of like not being on the ball, um, the guy who hosts our open mic night for local writers works at a local middle school and was having a middle school convention, which was really workshops, writer workshops. And I signed up last year to do them. And I woke up at 9:45 and checked my clock, and it said, "Hey, the convention is starting in 15 minutes." And I had not prepped any of my slides, although these are presentations I've given before. So I flung them onto a USB key and drove there and got there 10:15, dressed and everything. But the keynote speaker was actually at 9:30, and my first session was supposed to start at 10. And so each session had like between 1 and 5 people in it, so they just moved the people from my session to another session for the opening. But I was there for
Mhm.
sessions 2, 3, and 4, and I think they went really well considering that I had done no prep, but they are workshops I've given before. I talked about the traditional publishing process, how it works and how you get paid, and also beta reading, how to get the most out of your beta readers and how to become a better beta reader. Say that 5 times fast.
Become a better beta reader. 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 Become a better beta reader.
It's very challenging. So, hi Tuan, hello and welcome. So what do you say about us like doing stuff like a
Doing stuff
sprint?
would be good.
You think we should sprint?
Uh I think we should do a productivity sprint because my knees are not sprinting anytime soon. No,
Knees, such a horrible design,
but
or
but
not made for bipedal
they
creatures.
they are they are not made for durability, which is ridiculous for something that you're using all the damn time.
All the time. True facts about knees.
But
I
I
have
I did
to.
get
Mhm,
I did get groceries yesterday.
okay.
So no grocery delivery today. Work.
Sure, sure. Okay. So, popping into the comments, Dwan agrees that knees suck.
Yep.
So, but hey, today my back is being crankier. So,
Hmm.
hydrate, stretch, and let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka, laka, laka. And we're back. So, how was your sprint?
Um, a bit slow started. My wife wanted me to go ahead and order dinner now because the place we're ordering from is got a reputation for being late.
Ah,
Um,
gotcha.
and I'm sure the fact that it's Super Bowl Sunday is probably going to make them later still, but
Sure.
we shall see whether or
We
not
shall
they show
see.
up in the middle of the stream or not. But
Yeah,
I still had time to get some stuff done. Still re-massaging the introductory scene in this chapter, but I'm making some progress. So there's that.
sure. That sounds good.
Yep.
I got through 2 of my emails. Um, so and verified that I have a room for Imaginarium. I did book that actually back in November.
That's good.
And oh no, 3 of my inboxes, and the one that had 60 some is down to 29. So
Hmm.
it's progress, definitely progress. Look at me being productive. I mean, yeah, it's email, but whatever. It still took time and effort and stupidity. So
It's getting
uh,
stuff done.
yeah. Pop into the comments. Wordsmith Sarah says hi, Sarah. And we had superstar Sean R. Arnold. Hello and welcome, Sean.
Mhm.
Let's see. Doc says hi. And
Yeah.
Dwan says his sprint was used playing Candy Crush. And tomorrow starts script
Yep.
editing. Dun, dun, dun.
So I had to say a special hi to Sarah because she's coming to us from my Twitch channel. So
Oh, very
I
nice.
have a
Very
viewer.
nice.
No.
What? Craziness. That isn't
Yep.
just you?
Yeah, it's not just me. Not like all my other streams. No.
Sure. Sure. So that's pretty cool. Um, oh, I found out that one of the speculative poetry workshop that the sci-fi club I work with has been moved to third Wednesdays. So am currently updating those now.
Mm,
So from it was third Thursdays, but now it's third Wednesdays. So
okay.
had to do, but I got that updated, so that's nice. Because I have done very little for the club lately. Um, and, like all creative endeavors, what have you done for me lately is
Yeah.
more
Uh,
important than what have you done historically. You can't rest on your laurels.
so
And I
you
get
made us $1 billion. What have you done for us lately?
yeah,
No.
yeah. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a yawn. Yeah. Oh. So, how's everybody else's sprint? So, okay. Sarah is working on a video and wanted to applaud, but can't find that clip. Ah, so frustrating. So frustrating for people who do like edited videos. And
Yeah.
RC made it. Hey, rocking out with you.
Yeah, you
Always
gotta have
glad
the
to
right
have you.
have the right set of sound effects if you're doing edited videos. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, digital juice is out of business now. Um,
New
when
fishing.
they first came on the scene, they
Mhm.
had like the suite of sound effects and music, and
Sure.
now they're gone.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh wow!
What's
Actually,
up?
I got a text back from the place I ordered from. They're actually sending me a tracking link. It's like they've never done that before. It's
Yeah.
mostly been order and pray.
Is this when I say it's Sunday? When did you get groceries?
Yesterday,
Like on
I
time?
mentioned that. Yep, I mentioned that earlier. I actually went and got ordered groceries on and got them in and put away yesterday. So
Wow. I
yep,
didn't I didn't know you were capable of that.
I am. It's just doing it consistently. That's another question entirely.
Oh, consistency. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was very productive for me. I got a haircut. I got groceries in,
Nice. Looking
and
good. Looking
and I
good.
and I played many hours of No Man's Sky.
I had the writer conference thing, which once I showed up went really, really well, and then
Yep.
got fed, passed out for like 2 hours, and then was awake when everybody else was trying to go to bed. So, uh, popping into the comments, Sarah says, with the finding the applause clip, the frustration is computer data management, which most of us, yeah, we can feel that. And Greg swung by. Hello, Greg. So, Greg
And a
said I
lot of
could.
times those files are not named so you can search for them.
Right. Yes. Oh my gosh. I spent, were you on here the week? I spent like an hour and a half looking for a file, and it was in my documents instead of on my Google Drive.
I hate it when that happens.
Right? Like,
No.
like I checked 4 accounts worth of Google Drive, like, and a lot of email draft folders, and it
Mhm.
was a text file on my documents.
Go figure.
So,
Yeah.
c'est la vie. Greg's like paper final doc X. That's why I have, like draft 1, draft 2, draft 3. None of them say final. Although when I do actually send stuff in, it's usually just the name without the final part.
Yep.
So Sarah says, and I just quote unquote cleaned up my 2 hard drives so everything is quote unquote organized, which is Sarah lying to herself.
Yeah. Like you do.
Like one does.
Yeah.
The struggle is so real.
Pardon me.
Sure. Yeah. I think I actually used my data backup a couple months ago after having it like sit next to me for months and months. Now I wonder where I put it. I thought it was in my desk drawer. Because, having a hard drive. Here. Wait. This. Yes. It's backed up. All of my drafts are on here. So I've got stuff and it's backed up and everything like that. And I made sure to do specific files. But Doc is on a call. I've got more emails to sort. Let's go ahead and do another sprint in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. How was your sprint? He's finishing the sentence, paragraph, something. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. For me, I finished those 63 emails, and the inbox is sorted down to 67 items so far, almost down to one page, which is probably where I'm going to leave it. So much less stressful there, definitely. So all of my inboxes have been mostly handled at this point. Yay! What a relief. Such a relief. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm yawning. Such a big yawn. You know what I think is unfair? I think it's unfair that people, when their cat does like that big stretch, everybody has to say big stretch. But when I do it, nobody says big stretch. I mean, Catticus sits on my lap all the time. I might as well be half cat at this point. Oh, I'm going to stretch real quick. So, let me get rid of this Twitch spammer real quick. Why do people spam? Because they're jerks. Very silly jerks. Boost viewers for free. No, thank you.
If you boost your viewers for free, you get people who don't engage, right? Because they're not really there.
Pretty much. Okay, so how was your sprint?
It did pretty well. I the phone call I got at the beginning of the sprint was the restaurant telling me that something we ordered wasn't there, but they're got an agreed upon substitute, and supposedly the drivers picked it up and it's heading toward us.
Ooh, that's always exciting because
And I got
good.
words written. So.
Nice. Snaps.
Yep.
So let me pop into the comments. Let's see. I was asked by Greg just as we went on break, what do I use for data backup? And I said that I have a My Passport external hard drive. Obviously, I also download and email myself a draft from my Gmail to my Yahoo account. So it's on 2 separate mail servers and 2 different places.
So I've put all of my writing in a Dropbox folder, so it gets synced to the cloud and to my other computers. And I've also got believe it's a 4 terabyte hard drive attached to back up everything. But back up everything. Yeah. I've had problems with computers where I basically had to reboot off the backup drive.
That's rough. Speaking of, I don't know that I've actually downloaded my story from NaNoWriMo this year. So let me put my money where my mouth is and actually do what I say I'm going to do. Let's see. To my Yahoo account, a song in the Aether stream to go with the dream of Aether streams.
Of Aether ships?
Aether streams.
It was streams? Oh, I thought it was ships. My bad.
They sailed the Aether stream between solar systems.
Okay.
So don't forget to back up your stuff. Always back up your stuff. Attach files. There we go. Attached. It's downloaded. It's attached to an email. And it's sent. Okay, so now it's in 4 different places. So hopefully properly backed up. Let's see. Dwan says, that's what I really need is an external for backups now that he's no longer using web-based apps. I'm still using web-based apps. Doesn't mean I'm not backing them up. Sarah says, rendering videos seems like not really working during the sprint, but she can't make it go faster. Duan said this was a taco sprint. Taco sprint. Let's see. And Sarah said Doc was muted because Doc was muted. So. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Big stretch. Oh. Okay.
Yay, big stretch.
So, and let's see. Sean waved hello. Sean spent the stream shaving.
Okay.
That totally counts as being productive if you wanted to shave.
Or if you needed to shave.
Oh, speaking of shaving, would you like the update on the hot water heater?
Yes, I've been wondering
how the temperature, and after a couple test showers, it's hard because you have to stay in the shower for at least 15 minutes in order to test that the hot water lasts more than 10 minutes.
Well, you don't have to be in it, but it has to be running.
Yeah. That's a waste of time. Anyway, pretty sure it still goes cold after 15 minutes. I'm gonna confirm with my roommate and let our hot water guy know what's happening. So thank you, Dwan. Exactly what I'm looking for. Big stretch. Support. So Sean said they needed to shave.
Yep.
So it happens to many people depending on, shaving preferences. So, I mean, you even trim, right? You don't you don't have like the side bits that come down and like the neck.
No, I trim the beard about once a month.
Sure.
And then I shave the bits to keep them neat, and I shave up under here to keep it neat.
And I assume that keeps you cooler and less itchy. Does it like scritch? I don't know.
I have never had a problem with my beard being itchy, and that may be because I put conditioner in my beard.
I didn't mean the beard itself. I meant the hair, like tickling your neck or something. I don't know how beards.
No, I've never really had an issue with that. And
okay.
There was a time when my beard was much more long and full, and I just let everything grow out. But I kind of like it like this.
Yeah, I think it works for you, definitely. So,
although
it's not a look I've really tried for myself, but I think
I can imagine that, yeah. But I've considered letting it grow out and trying to like bead little skulls into it, but I just kind of lose the patience for getting it long enough to do that. So
yeah, you could always do the colored gel stuff and use a stencil.
I could. Probably won't.
Probably won't. Or like the spray and color stuff.
I have on occasion considered doing like a red.
Yeah.
Red dye on it. And there 1 year for the Day of Wrong at the Renaissance Festival, I went and redid it brown.
Oh.
So that I had no gray at all.
Sure.
And my quip was, it's like, the thing that's wrong about me is what you do not see, because you didn't see the gray anymore.
Sure. I know. Go ahead.
Bizarrely, nobody got it. Nobody realized that I wasn't gray anymore. It's like, you people don't look at me, do you?
But how long have they known you?
I mean, these were people who'd known me for years and years, and had seen all the gray come
in their heads, you still didn't have that gray, because sometimes you have to step back and look at how your friends have changed because you see what you expect to see.
Yes, that's a possibility.
So kind of like people don't age when I don't see them. So, my friends' kids are still infants and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that's the real reason adults are like, oh my God, you've grown so much when they see children, is because people don't age when you don't see them. And, somebody going from 25 to 30 doesn't change that much. Somebody going from 5 to 10 changes a lot.
Yeah.
So
someone going from 5 to 15 changes a lot, especially if they get all the growth in their first growth sprint. So
my nibbling has got like less than 2 inches till they top me out. And they're not even 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pout.
Aw.
I'm 5'4.5".
That's an excellent height. You should be proud of it.
The half inch matters because my identical twin is 5'6". Moderate
It,
scoliosis.
it's the back thing. Yeah.
It's the back thing.
Yep.
Doesn't mean I can't be cranky and shake my fist at the sky. Shake
This is
my
true.
fist at the sky. I had a friend from Northern Virginia in college who told me that I traded that inch and a half for beauty and intelligence. And I told him it was clear he was from the DC Metro because he was full of it. But, tell me more. Tell me more. Sarah says this conversation is weirdly Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. I haven't found the pill that'll grow me like an inch and a half. So
you just want to be like 1 inch taller just to
I
lord
don't
it
know.
over her.
I don't know. So there's this thing with women's clothes where the pants are hemmed for people who are 5'7", and if you go to petites, it's for 5'4". So either I have slightly too short pants or I'm stepping on the hems. I mean, Sarah has the opposite problem, I think, because Sarah is tall and I am short. So
I do not think that you are short, but I can definitely see how irritating it would be to have to hem all of your garments after you bought them.
I don't. Right now, my pants legs are rolled up a little. I can cuff them.
Yep.
So, what do you say about one more sprint?
I say that it's not yet 6 o'clock. We've got time, and we should have one more sprint.
Yep, Sarah says I am a giant, so I have short pants unless I want to sew. I do not want to sew. You could always do the thing where you have like a different color cuff at the bottom and just add that on. Maybe you could make CJ do it for you.
Or you could use creative use of safety pins on the inside of the cuff.
Safety pins. Channel your inner like emo goth. They also have that like iron-on strips.
If you're doing it the emo goth way, then you put them on the outside of the cuff. If you're doing it the secret, you don't know that I don't know how to hem, you put it on the inside of the cuff.
Sure. Sarah's like duct tape could also work. You
It
could
has a
get it
light
in
side.
any color you want. Black, gray,
Yep.
plaid, green, neon.
It has a
pink.
light side and a dark side, and it holds the universe together.
It's true. It's true. If it moves, then it shouldn't duct tape. If it should move and it doesn't, WD-40.
WD-40.
So, okay, let's do a sprint in 3, 2, 1. Boom. I found the mouse. Chakalaka-laka-laka. Dwan headed off to go watch the big game. Enjoy. Thanks for sprinting with us. So Dwan says this sprint will be brought to him by Star Trek Fleet Command and more tacos. So
good for him on the tacos.
How was your sprint?
My sprint was going pretty good, and then instead of being delayed another half hour, my dinner arrived. So it's like
it happens.
I have not had a single sprint today that has not been interrupted, but I still got stuff done.
Yeah, awesome.
I've at least moved from one scene into the next, and things are starting to go a little bit faster. So that gives me some help. Yes.
Nice. I read a bunch of open tabs, one from apparently November.
Wait, tabs don't close? No.
I read it and then I reshared it.
Okay.
It was, it must have been from December. It couldn't have been from November. It's like, now that you're done with your NaNoWriMo project. Oh, maybe it was from November. I don't remember. Anyway,
Late
it was
November,
about
early December.
not workshopping your stuff to death, but basically which do's and don'ts, can you ignore on writing? So like, sometimes the proper answer is to tell and not show, because we only need the good parts. We don't need, and they walked across the room and pulled out their laundry and sorted through the laundry and made the pile of the darks over here. And,
Yeah, that's kind of the one of the issues I've had with some of my editor comments is like, it's like, you just skipped over this part. Why don't you show us everything that's going on? It's like, because that's the boring stuff. I told that so I could get to the interesting stuff.
So I definitely have changed a little bit of telling into showing, but only if the showing takes as much, like if I can show it in the same amount of space.
I'm not worried so much about the same amount of space, but I want to.
It's not so much the space as in, it makes it a little more dynamic while conveying the same information.
I want to do turn the telling into showing if it gives me something more, if it gives me more a character depth, or if I can milk a comedy bit.
I mean, obviously. So let's see. Popping into the comments, Sarah is still rendering, so that was productive.
You kind of start a render and come back to it tomorrow and hope your computer doesn't crash, right? No.
Right. So I would just like to say that is the most popular thing a software engineer can say. I mean, not rendering, but you know what we do instead? We compile.
Oh yeah.
So I would like to show you the comic that exists in basically every software engineer's world. The
compiling.
programmer excuse for legitimately slacking off. My code's compiling. Hey, get back to work. Compiling. Oh, carry on. And the image is of two stick figures on rolling chairs fighting with swords. Hopefully they're padded.
That's for the audio only version of this stream.
Right. If you're listening from across the room while fixing food. So, yeah. So it's like, they're really not that long usually. If it starts to take more than double the normal amount of rendering time, I usually stop and start over again. I don't know if you're rendering locally or on the cloud. Maybe so many people are streaming the game or something. I don't know that it slowed down the...
I don't know.
If you're on satellite, it's raining and rain can slow down.
It really does depend on your environment. I remember, fortunately, now many years ago, but
many moons ago,
once upon a time, back in the misty days of my career, we used to have a discrepancy report system that we were required to use, that required a special terminal because it was on a different network. And it was ungodly slow. I mean, it took over 5 minutes to log in. And I started reading at work because of that system, because I brought a book, so at least I would be usefully occupied while waiting for it to come back.
Sarah says it's because she's using like 25 After Effect files and she is rendering locally. So
Yeah.
I was actually talking today about Windows 3.1, the operating system. Long before
Mhm.
Windows 2000 or Windows 10, there was 3.1, and I had drawn little, like, I don't know, single digit Morgan had drawn a picture of a Christmas tree with a teddy bear and a gift under it and saved
Mhm.
probably as a BMP file and set that as the desktop background, and it added somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes to the boot. Immediately got removed.
Okay.
After it eventually booted, I thought I had destroyed the computer by setting a new background. Uh, Sarah says, I have many stories about 3.1. That's because we're the same age. So,
And I'm sure
uh,
that those are all horror stories.
I mean, nostalgia stories. That's the proper Windows environment. Everything else is newfangled.
Yep.
Yeah, Sarah's like, yes, yes, terrible stories.
Terrible, terrible stories.
So,
The stuff
anyway,
of
it is
nightmares.
6:30, and I hear there's a kickoff starting for people who wanna watch that sort of thing,
Eh.
and snacks and tailgating for everybody else,
So
or
what movie are
dinner.
you watching tonight? No.
Probably reading more gay romances because it's a day of the
Oh,
week. I
silly
mean,
me.
so
It's a day of the week
lucky
that
for
ends
this
well.
stream, I had just finished one at, like, 10 after 4, so I
Ah,
was ready to stream instead of trying to read during the sprint.
that's good.
But it's in a series, and I already have been introduced to those characters, so now I need to find out how they get there happily ever after.
Mhm.
So, anyway, who are you? Where can we find you? And what do you do?
I am Doc Coleman. I
No!
write steampunk comedy adventure. Um, if you're interested in finding out more about me and my books, you can go on to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will help you find my Amazon author page where you can see all of the things that I've currently got published, and you can look at samples of them and decide if it's something that you want to get into. It'll also help you find my website at doccoleman.com, which I really need to update because I've still got error messages on the top of it, and I didn't touch that at all in December or January. So I'm like real behind on that.
You really are.
Yeah, definitely are. For someone who works with computers for a living, I not doing a good job on my own websites, but or if you just want to follow me on various social media, you can either look at the Linktree link that's down in the notes on YouTube, or you can go to linktr.ee dot I'm sorry, tr.ee/Scalesley. That's Scales LEA, and that'll take you to my Linktree page, and you can see everywhere that I am, including NaNoWriMo.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and someday I might come back as a blogger, vlogger, and podcaster of writing tips and writerly musings. If not, you can find all the content I have for like the last 7 years on morganhazelwood.com, youtube.com/Morgan Hazelwood, or check out my link tree. I'm everywhere, even if I'm not active. I've got a lot of great, amazing content. I got a short story that's up on Dark Recesses Press webzine for free. It's linked on my website if you want to find it easy. And yeah, write your stuff or not, enjoy books and have a great week. I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.